Did you know you already have access to a free marketing powerhouse in YouTube? Most small business owners don't realize that if you have a Google account, you already have access to YouTube completely free. And here's the kicker: Google owns YouTube, meaning that the world's #1 and #2 search engines are seamlessly connected. Imagine reaching your audience, boosting your SEO, and showcasing your expertise, all without spending a dime. Stay tuned to hear the ways and whys of using this hidden gem for your business from my special guest, YouTube expert, Melissa Mitchell. Before I met Melissa, I was already using YouTube for storing training videos for my employees, storing online course materials for my clients and students, and storing custom videos for clients who needed specific instructions. Then I met Melissa, and I learned all of the other reasons to use YouTube for my business. I have spent the last 18 months learning from Melissa, and I wanted you to be able to hear the most important reasons from her in person. Let's get to our interview today with YouTube expert, Melissa Mitchell. Welcome, Melissa. You're my first guest. I'm so glad you're here. Please tell us a little bit about you and your current business.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to talk with your audience and with you. So I run a YouTube marketing agency and coaching business. We basically help online entrepreneurs, service-based businesses, coaches, course creators use YouTube to bring in leads to their businesses on autopilot.
And how did you get started with YouTube?
So I went to college for graphic design and communications. That was my background. And then once I graduated there, I went into the corporate world, worked for about 6.5 years, climbed the corporate ladder as we all do, and was like, you know what? I just don't think this is for me. I got frustrated. And so I was like, I'm going to take the skills I learned in college in branding and graphic design and all these things. And I went off and started my own business doing websites and social media and graphic design. And I did that for about a year and a half or so. And then video started becoming a little bit more of a big thing. And so I realized with all my clients that they needed video in their businesses and they also needed a way to bring in leads. And I needed a way to bring in leads. Like I was scouring Facebook groups, I was cold messaging people, like I was doing all the things and felt like I was running around like a chicken with their head cut off kind of thing. And so I was like, I'm going to try this YouTube thing and see if it works for me. I'm going to see if I can bring in clients with it. And I was actually able to sell out my social media services, my one-on-one services, just from my YouTube leads alone. And I had less than 200 subscribers at the time. So that was where I was like, okay, I think this is something here. And I kind of dove headfirst, hired like all the coaches on YouTube and developed my own system that is now called the YouTube Lead Flow Formula. And 3.5-ish years later, this is where we are.
That's awesome. I love it. I like that you tried it for yourself first. And so you've learned and grown with it. And now you know what works. So that's really exciting.
Yeah.
I'm known as the Google expert, and people forget that Google and YouTube are related. So can you tell us a little bit about why that's a good thing and how they're related and how that helps?
Google actually owns YouTube, which makes YouTube the second largest search engine in the world. So if we really think about Google, when we think about where we go to search for things, we all say Google, right? We're like, oh, where should we eat? Where are the best deals? What's the next flight price? How do I declutter my kitchen, right? Like we all go to Google to look for answers for things. And because YouTube is owned by Google, lots of times when you actually search for things, videos will pop up and you'll notice that in that first little section of Google. And that's because they are related. So when we think about creating YouTube videos, and you've seen this with your YouTube videos too, that if we can use the right keywords, which is what Google searches, right? They have all their little bots out there searching for the keywords. If we can create YouTube videos with the proper keywords in the titles and descriptions, then our videos will actually rank in those search results and people will find them. And then that's where the beginning of the whole sales funnel begins, which is what I teach of how you actually can make sales from your YouTube videos.
Which is amazing. I am learning and finding the same thing. And it is a little bit mind-boggling that it does work like that because of those keywords and people are searching for answers on Google. And so I love that they show the YouTube videos as answers, right? So that's really helpful. So when a small business owner is like, okay, Melissa, I want to try this. What do I do? What types of content can or should business owners be making for YouTube? Either what did you start with, or what would you recommend that small business owners, if they're trying to get their feet wet and start with it, what would they try first?
Yeah, great question. I think a lot of times it comes down to what are the frequently asked questions you get on a regular basis? There's probably answers that you're giving your clients or your audience over and over and over again. So start a list and start there because no matter what business you have, there's going to be questions that you might think in your mind, well, that's a really simple question. Like, why would anybody be looking for that? That's your key that there's guaranteed people are searching for that. So start there. And then also how-to content, right? And that kind of goes along the same realm. A lot of it will be how-to content, right? So for you, it's like how to start a Google account, how to organize my Google Drive folders, how to, right? All those things. And for me, it's how to write a YouTube script, how to start a YouTube channel, how to, right? Like anything like that, that's super simple. Let's start there because there's probably 20 to 50 videos you could probably think of right off the bat that you could get started with.
Nice. I love it. So the main questions and then the how-to videos. So those are
Right.
great things. How do small business owners get people to find and watch their videos? You talked a little bit about keywords and that kind of thing, but aside from just Google searching or YouTube searching, how else can people get people to find and watch those videos that they're making?
So right at the beginning, when you're first getting started on YouTube, YouTube doesn't really understand who you are yet, right? You're kind of no one to them at this point in time. So you need to almost build a reputation with them. And that's where keywords are important. So we want to make sure we have a strong strategy there because that's going to help the YouTube algorithm start to understand who you're trying to target, what your videos are about. But then also we want to give it a little bit of an extra boost, give it like a little bit of fuel to the fire, if you will. So that's where sending emails out to your email list are really helpful. Sending things out to all of your social media platforms to say like, hey, I have a new video this week. Make sure you go out and check and watch it. That's where also my repurposing strategy comes into place as well, where we actually take one large video that you create for YouTube and then we break it down for all of your other social platforms. So you can usually get, five, sometimes up to 10 or more clips for like Reels, for YouTube Shorts, for TikTok, for your Facebook groups. If you have a blog, we can repurpose it to your blog. If you have a podcast, we can strip the audio, put it on your podcast. And then we want to be pushing people back to your YouTube channel, right? Because that's where we're going to have people convert into a sale. So we want to tell as many people and throw that content out to as many places as possible to just give that extra boost of visibility to your video.
I love it. I love it. So those are great, great strategies. I'm a teacher, so I've created course content and I house it in YouTube. And, if I need to make a video for a client on how they should do something in their business, I'll make a video and put it in my YouTube channel unlisted. But it's kind of a place to house things. And then I realized that I want to make videos about my services. So are there any strategies regarding that? How do you promote what you can do for people or how to help them?
hmm Yeah, so any good offer really should, you're solving problems for someone, right? If you think about who your ideal client is, what are they like, what are they struggling with, what are their fears, pains, and goals, right? Right now, and then what will their a new identity look like after working with you? And no matter what your business is, there probably is a transformation that you're giving them or an outcome that you're giving them, something that happens when they take your course or they do coaching with you or they buy your service or your product or whatever it is. And so we want to create videos that kind of bridge that gap of what are they searching for? What are their fears, pains, and problems, their questions that they're Googling? And then how can we create content throughout the client journey that's going to make them want what's over here, that transformation, that's our offer, right? So depends on what your offer is, right? But for you, if we use you as an example, right, you have lots of different courses about how to organize on Google and you have your different levels of plans and things like that. So when you're thinking about your videos, what are the really simple things that people are Googling that they might be just getting started with Google? And then they're like, oh, actually, I need to know more about this. And then you're like, here you go. Here's my course that's going to show you how to do it, right? And then you're going to have other people who might be like, you know what, I need you to come in and help me with this. And so they hire you for a strategy call or for anything like that. So we really want to think about where are the pains and where your clients are at right now, and then where do they want to be, and how can we create videos in between?
Love it. Okay, so helpful. Thank you. A few technical issues I know if people come to me for Google Help all the time and I steer them in the right direction. But if somebody wants to start working on YouTube and promoting their business there, can they use their Gmail account at gmail.com to make that, or do they need a business account, or how does that work?
Yeah, you can definitely use your Gmail account. It has to be a Google account though. So you can just go to, I think it's like youtube.google.com, and you can start a Google account if you don't have one already. And if you do have one already, you can just go up to the multiple little squares on the top right-hand corner and go to YouTube.
Okay, cool. I was confused about this at the beginning. An account versus a channel, how are those related?
You mean like a Google account versus a YouTube channel?
Yeah, because you can have a Google account and you can go up to there and I can search for videos and stuff, but how do I make it like an official channel where people could
Mm,
subscribe?
right. Yeah. So when you go into Google, it'll say like sign in at the top. And if you don't already have a YouTube account, then that's where you would create one. It'll prompt you create a channel.
Okay.
And then you would pick your name for it and it would run you through the prompts of creating that channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And then, we get offers all the time, buy ads for this and buy ads for that. And there's Google
Yeah.
ads and it looks like there's YouTube ads. Do we need to do any of that or are we fine with the free version at this point?
Yeah, I say definitely start organic, start free. I've run my business up until this point with no paid ads at all. So you can definitely do that. I do think that you can, at some point in time, adding fuel to the fire with ads is a great thing, right? It's going to amplify what you already have. But at the very beginning of your business, especially when you're just starting out, you maybe don't have offers that are validated yet. We want to make sure we validate our offers, that our audience is actually buying them and wanting them before we spend money on ads. And same thing with our YouTube channel, right? We want to figure out what's working. We want to figure out what videos are getting searches, which videos are getting the most likes, comments, all of those things. And so when you're first starting on YouTube, it's going to take you a little bit of time, right? Like, this to figure it out, right? This year, what did we say? You posted 54 videos or something like that, right? And that's
Mm,
amazing. That consistency gives you so much data. So now at this point, like, you're getting to understand what videos are really working and what videos aren't. And now you can start to be like, okay, can I start to implement ads at this point? Do I even need to at this point? But at the very beginning, when you're first starting, like, just stick to organic. Yeah.
excellent. Love it. What videos and info do you have available for small business owners? What
Yeah.
kinds of things do you have available that they can get before they get to your offers?
Yeah, so definitely go and follow me on Instagram and TikTok and my YouTube channel, of course. I am at Wanderment Creative on most channels besides Instagram. I actually just changed to the Melissa Mitchell. So we can put all the handles and things below this video for you to check that out. So definitely go follow me there, subscribe to my YouTube channel because that's where I have lots and lots and lots of tutorials to get you started on setting up this system for yourself. And then I will also give you the link for my YouTube FastTrack Toolkit because it's a really great entry point. It's $37. You can learn how to get your YouTube channel started and right the first time without, what do I do and how do I set it up and all the things. It's just like really, really plug and play and simple. So that's a really great place to start.
Love it. Love it. Love it. What are all the services that you offer? What else can you help us with if we need it?
So I have my agency side as well as the coaching side. If you're the do-it-yourselfer and kind of want to have me as a coach and kind of walk you through things, I have my sold out YouTube system, which is my passive course that you can walk through. And then I also have my Compound Views Mastermind, which is a actually really exciting brand new offer that is a 6-month or 12-month commitment. And you come in, you get my entire offer suite. So you get the sold out YouTube system, you get my video multiplier method repurposing system, as well as some new programs coming down the pipeline of 2025, as well as monthly coaching and audit calls and all that fun stuff. So there's kind of that do-it-yourself-ish kind of coaching side. And then on the agency side, it's very much we do it for you. So that can look anything from a 3-month package where we give you 3 months of content delivered to you for you to go off and record, as well as monthly management where we actually come in and manage everything for you. And all you have to do is sit down and film.
Sounds amazing. Amazing, amazing. I
Yeah.
love it. What is your favorite reason for using YouTube to grow your business? Why do you love it?
Mm. I love it for so many reasons. One is that because it's a search engine, which we talked about already, but it is the largest piece of content that you can create that does the heavy lifting for you. Once you create YouTube videos, you can let them work for you and compound for you over time. So I still have YouTube videos on my channel that I created 2.5 years ago that are still working for me, still bringing in views, still bringing in leads, fueling my email list, giving me passive sales. Like, I don't know another platform out there that does that. I just don't. Instagram, Facebook, you post something and it dies 48 hours later for the most part, right? I don't know another platform that gives you as big of a payoff as YouTube does.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We will put all the
Yeah,
links below in the description. And it's been a pleasure to have you. Thanks for helping us learn about YouTube as one of our Google apps.
of course. Thank you so much for having me.
In the comments below, let me know at least 2 new things you learned about YouTube today. Also, please remember to like this video and share it with others who may need the same information. Lastly, and most importantly, be sure to subscribe to my channel and Melissa's. We look forward to helping you succeed.